Hello internet passers-by, welcome back to Napcast. I am, as always, Rebel Notorious, and joining me today is Shaun and Melina.
Hi.
Hello.
You guys are slightly confused right now, because
What have you put in front of us?
I have two mysterious liquids.
Yes, so you have
There's a red liquid and
two
a...
glasses each, one that's red and another one that surprisingly looks a bit like cum.
Okay.
It better fucking not be.
It's not. I was expecting that to be a little bit more blue than it is.
It ain't.
It ain't. Okay, so just try. Try the blue one, the one that's supposed to be blue first.
It's better not be
Can I
fucking
smell
cum.
it?
You can smell it. It's not going to give you much.
I'm getting something, but I don't know what.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
I feel very observed.
Okay, so taste it.
It's a very familiar flavor.
Yeah, it's very
Tastes like ice lollies.
sort of fruity.
Okay.
I didn't want
Now-
to say fruity at
Lemony?
first for some
Now
reason.
try the other one.
This is so fucking weird. Why do you
This feels like a whiskey
You could have
glass.
warned us.
I've
That's
been
a
trying.
flavor
that's
I know.
cherry.
Yeah.
I've been trying to keep this one under wraps for a while.
Well, that's cherry.
That's cherry.
Okay, so the one that's meant to be blue is. You know what? I'll go get the bottles and it'll explain.
Oh,
a
we're
lot.
getting even more in suspense. Can we get like a drum roll?
Well, now we have to carry the podcast. Fuck.
So, Melina, in the news today, we totally didn't talk about this last time.
No.
Oh, it's
God, it's the thing.
it's Prime.
It's Prime.
Amazon Prime. No,
Isn't this Logan Paul's thing?
This is Logan Paul and KSI's Drink Prime.
motherfucker.
God.
I feel used.
Why? So our red one really tastes like cherry, but the
It's
flavor is
tropical punch.
tropical punch.
Fuck
Now,
off.
I don't think it tastes like cherry. I think it tastes like marzipan.
A bit. It's the yeah.
I mean, I don't really have a reference.
You don't have
for
a
that,
favorite
It's not
reference.
almondy enough for me because I don't fucking like marzipan. I also don't like cherry, so it doesn't fucking help. You know.
And then the other one is blue raspberry,
Which isn't a thing. But
which
Yeah.
isn't a thing.
as opposed to pink raspberry
yes.
or purple
I
raspberry.
heard people will go fucking crazy for
Yes,
this
this has
shit.
been the current rage.
With the children.
Yes. I can't say my follow-up thing because it would
Are we
give
saying
away where
are we
I
saying
work.
we're in the prime of the drinks
I'm
lifespan
putting
right
the
now?
cherry one away.
I have been trying to get
I actually really
Other
like the cherry one, I'm
flavours?
gonna be
My
honest.
cherry.
I've been trying to get other flavors, but these are the only two that I've been able to get my hands on. There's a green one, a white one, a purple one, and I believe a rainbow one, a rainbow colored one.
We can drink the gay. Fuck yeah.
Will it affect us? We'll find
We'll
out.
find out next time.
I think there's also a new.
We'll do that one.
flavor.
We'll do that one in June.
I think there's a new flavor as well because I seen like I can't remember what the flavor of it is. Maybe pink lemonade. But it's like Logan Paul standing with it, and KSI's crouched down, and he's like this, and the position he's in,
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Is it somewhat explicit?
it looks a little bit wrong because he's
Bit-
holding the bottle like that.
Like
Bit
like a
sus.
something else.
Yeah,
Bit sus.
yeah, it's a bit sus.
Get the rock the rock gift.
But yeah, I've just heard things about like that people are like, it's fine. It's not worth the hype.
It is fine.
It is absolutely fine. I mean, what I'm drinking right now, and I'm still drinking the tropical punch
Yeah.
version. This tastes like what I could get in like a Coke cherry or something.
I have had these, I think, since before Christmas, or at least one of them before Christmas. And they're both dated to December 23, like this year. They last a while.
That's good, I suppose.
Cool.
But you know all that's in them?
I like how there's the giant prime and then just underneath it, hydration.
It's hydration.
So it's not an energy drink. That is the thing to note. Is it's a hydration drink. So
It's
there's
like
no.
Gatorade.
Isn't
Yeah.
every drink a hydration drink?
It probably has like some electrolytes and shit.
Yeah,
to make
so
you-
I'll read you the ingredients. We have filtered water, reconstituted powdered coconut water, acid, specifically citrus, mineral salt, natural flavoring, sweeteners, which are sucralose, Yeah, I'm not going to read them because you're not going to know what they are.
That's fair.
Amino acids, vitamin E, vitamin B6, and vitamin B12. I don't really
Love
know
me
what
some B12.
Good.
any of them do.
Love that
B12
acid.
makes you less depressed.
Okay.
And you know this.
I don't
Yeah.
really think I feel less depressed when I drink this.
No.
I don't know. I feel a little less depressed right now. But that might be the Simpsons glass that this is in.
Yeah, I did give you the Simpsons glass.
Which, is very on brand for me.
It is. Yeah, so there's not much in it, and a lot of people are like, oh my god, it's that energy drink that I'm buying for my kids. And I'm like, one, I wouldn't sell you it if it was energy drink, because I know you would be giving it to your kids.
Not to continue being on brand for me real quick, but I'm still looking at the Simpsons glass, and I've just
Right.
realised it's as old as me.
Yeah, it's
Oh
from,
my
Copyright
God.
2001.
Yeah.
It's as old as us.
Oh my god.
I was 4 when we got that.
Jesus.
Classic.
So yeah, there's nothing special in them.
I feel like if you're hungover, it might be nice.
I
you
would
know.
not drink this if I was hungover.
I like a good Gatorade. When I feel like shit and
I
dehydrated.
mean, I drink Iron Brew when I'm hungover.
Yeah, that's the quintessential.
Yeah.
Nah.
But yeah, so that's Prime. I wish we'd got the green. I wish I'd been able to get the green one because that's the one that out of the ones I've tried that I think's like the nicest flavor.
What's the flavor of green?
Green
Punch.
it's like a lemon. I think it's lemon and lime or something like that.
yeah, that
Okay.
sounds
I'd try that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I can be,
I appreciate this taste test was drinks and not food, because I'm way better
yeah.
with drinks.
It might not be lemon and lime because I'm sometimes kind of iffy on those ones.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Someone will be able to tell me in the comments because I'm putting this in the fucking title.
Yeah. Surprise prime tease.
So
Still prime.
thoughts worth the hype or nah?
It's not worth paying extra for.
Oh god, no.
Like, oh, I get it on eBay for like $50. Like,
But
no.
okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Do you know how much one bottle costs?
Don't tell me it's
Oh my
above
God.
like 30.
Okay, like in a store, I wouldn't want to buy it for more than £1.50. Oh god.
£2, and some of them are now £2.50.
Okay.
They
For
started
something-
at, I think they started at £1.50, and then they've continually.
I mean, with our current situation.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But considering all that's in it, £1.50 is a fucking markup, and so then some.
Yeah.
For the brand.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Prime, or at least 2 flavors of it.
It's
that
prime.
It's
It's
red
fine.
one's
It's kind of
sticky.
mid, to be honest.
Yeah. Because I'm just reading the bottom. It's like prime was developed to fill the void where great taste meets
Yes.
function. What?
Eh?
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna read the whole thing out.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
So Prime, should I do this in?
Do it in a voice.
Do it in
what,
voice.
what kind of voice?
American.
Prime is made for like Sunday.
Prime.
Do it.
Let me
There
see.
you
Let me
go.
see. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me get a little bit of reverb on
Just
this.
a bit, yeah.
Prime was developed to fill the void where great taste meets function, with bold, thirst-quenching flavors.
Thirst questing.
Quenching. Hold on, I'll do that again. With bold, thirst-quenching flavors to help you refresh, replenish, and refuel. Prime is the perfect booster every endeavor. We're confident you'll love it as much as we do. Humbly, the Prime team. Sunday. The home of challenge pissing.
I don't think thirst quenching.
That's right.
flavors-
Challenge pissing.
It's not thirst quenching. It's
not
far too
making-
acidic
Yeah.
to be thirst quenching.
I like how you've got them in the colours of SmackDown versus Raw.
You say that like I knew.
Was that not the plan? How
No.
could you?
It's just disappointing a bit. Of something that's so overhyped.
It's very.
I mean, it's
hyped up.
overhyped from,
Yeah.
as advertising. But
I think this
fine.
one is falling slightly out of the hype. I think it's more the energy drink one that they've now released that's
Of
kind
course,
of
there's an energy drink one.
jumped back up, which is so. Prime in the UK is only sold. The hydration one, I should say, is only sold through Asda, and the energy drink is Aldi or Lidl. I can't remember which one it is.
weird choice to go to Aldi and Lidl.
Yeah, I don't know why they've separated them into different and
Yeah, I
specific
feel like
stores.
any store could, buy it and boost.
Yeah, I feel like it's a marketing gimmick, and I feel like the fact that it's so like very kind of drip fed stock wise, I think is also a marketing thing to kind of keep the hype up.
Oh yeah.
Because it's hard to get. It's kind of like when the Switch came out.
Oh yeah.
And everyone was like, yeah, Nintendo probably can make the amount of units that they need to, but they want to keep it in demand.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's Prime. It's nothing special.
No. If you just told me, it's this new drink that I mixed 2 flavors, I'm like, yeah.
It's okay.
At best.
Overall, kind of mid.
Yeah.
I could go with that one.
Are we the target audience for it? No.
Oh, absolutely not.
Nah.
No.
'Cause I feel
we are
like-
not even
We're not-
close to being in the demographic this is advertised to.
What,
No,
gym lads?
exactly.
No, kids that watch
kids.
Logan and KSI.
I feel like it's also, of course, it's fucking in the Netherlands. It's thank God.
Oh, Amsterdam, the Netherlands.
Okay,
I've
look,
never
we
noticed
ship
that.
a lot of shit. It's normal.
You're disgusted.
Yeah, I know. It's the amount of times I'll look at the back of anything and I'm like, why is fucking Netherlands?
Just blame Amsterdam.
Originally, they
Yeah.
were importing it from the American factories, but I guess they've moved production to the Netherlands.
Again, blame
Could
Amsterdam.
also just be the
and
shipping.
If you don't want to feel the guilt
Start-
of your country, just blame it all on Amsterdam.
On Star
yeah,
and Star Sing Strat.
Let me read that.
No.
Starting strat.
I was close.
Very close.
That's just putting some accents that aren't there in it.
I don't feel like my thirst has been quenched.
No,
Nah,
I
mine
feel
hasn't.
more
More-
thirsty most
yeah.
of the time. It leaves like a certain
Sticky bit.
feel in your
what
mouth.
like 7-Up does to me. It gives me a lot of mucus.
See, I don't like 7-Up,
no,
so
same.
I
'cause
don't
it
drink
makes me
7 Up
mucus.
now. I have tried it, but I don't like it.
you're not gonna drink that, are you?
No, I'm
Give
not.
it to me.
Doesn't take it. I'm sorry, I don't like cherry. I don't like.
No,
the
no, it's
tartness.
I've had my fill.
There is a flavor called Meta Moon that's kind of cherry-ish. It's meant to be again, I think it's another tropical type flavor, but it's very cherry. Whereas this one, I'd say, is more
Like has hints of watermelon.
Indistinct.
Yeah.
But it's too tart for watermelon.
It wouldn't be watermelon because I fucking despise watermelon.
Really?
Yeah, as a flavor. Same with banana.
Shaun?
Okay. Where the fuck do we go from here?
I don't
Yeah.
know. So we're going to talk about still game in this episode.
We're gonna hard pivot
Yes.
into still game, which is what this
God.
episode was.
Deja vu.
was gonna be about fully until this happened.
Yes.
Because you forgot to do it in the last
I did.
episode.
We were planning to do the sort of random ones last, so I thought, cool, I can get it in between episodes.
But then we recorded Anime Lane and felt, nah, we need a chill one. in
yeah.
We need to turn the brains off because this is not gonna be turn the brains off. No.
So
No.
yeah, we're two of us are from Scotland. You live in Scotland, Melina.
Correct.
between. Yeah.
Which, you know, you're not virtually calling into this podcast.
Calling now from wherever the fuck
If you
I'm
are
at.
calling in, your audio quality is magnificent.
Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah.
So yeah, one thing that's very tied to our culture identity is a show called Still Game, which I have been around so long I don't know how to.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about it to introduce it to people who don't know what it is.
It's a show about Scottish old people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
it
a
sort
nice
of started
summation
out
of it.
as like the characters in it started out as like a part of like a sketch show.
Okay, yeah. So it originally started from a show called Chewin the Fat, written by the same people for
Which
Kieran.
I'm sad to say I haven't actually seen.
It's
I've seen parts of it, obviously, but
it's fine.
it's fine.
It has funny moments, but because it's a 4-season sketch show,
Okay, yeah,
some of them can be, you know,
a bit mid.
yeah. I'd say overall there's maybe more misses than there are hits.
That can happen. With
Yeah, that
sketch
can
shows.
happen. But you can sort of see a lot of the humor.
Yeah,
that
sort of
ends up in
developing.
Still Game, yeah.
I can imagine.
It sort of got more perfected in Still Game.
Yes.
In that case, then, because Still Game is a cultural masterpiece.
Oh, 100%. It's, you know, if anyone is unfamiliar with Scotland and their wanting to know more about, not just the
Not the stereotypical Scotland of like castle,
Braveheart.
basically a fantasy movie.
not the propaganda we use to
Yeah.
entice people to come here.
With not from the tourist boards.
No, and then I always point to Still Game because it's a nice kind of look at average life.
That's what
to a
Scotland
degree.
is.
Yeah.
At least urban Scotland.
Yes, council schemes.
Yeah.
Neds.
I was about to
pensioners.
say like Central Belt, but no, I feel like this would ring true in like Aberdeen and
I think it
Inverness.
does very much ring true, sort of to a large.
It takes place like in Glasgow, and there's a I feel like there's a
I mean, a small town outside Glasgow.
Craig Lang is within the Glasgow area.
it's
Oh,
yeah, because like you get parts of like Glasgow and Edinburgh that feel like they could be their own towns, or at least and they probably were at one point, but just got
Yeah.
absorbed into the actual city.
I see.
Because that perfectly describes my part of Edinburgh.
Yes. It's about two pattern merchants for Craigbank.
Aye.
I love that. It's the second episode, and there's just this great lack of consistency.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Because I watched a podcast recently with Greg Hemphill on it, who was one of the guys that created it,
Yeah.
and he talks about how like, because it's on Netflix now, because everyone has the DVDs and it's become such this
Yeah.
cultural thing to the point that people know the lore.
Oh yeah.
It was like we had a consistency person on set, and I delivered that line because he's the one that says that
Yeah.
pattern merchants from Craigbank line. I was like, they were just like, yeah, grand, that's it.
That's great.
shit
Love
fucking
that.
close enough.
And
Yeah.
now, and he's like, and it happens so many different times, and he's like, now I get it to have it thrown in my face whenever people are talking about the show.
Someone wasn't doing their fucking jobs.
Because it's like people who have like mapped out the terrace of flats that they live in because the layouts
doesn't
don't
make
make any sense.
No, because like we funnily enough, I remember us talking about this during The Shining.
Yes.
'Cause at one point we got into a conversation about how the geography of the hotel doesn't make any fucking sense. And you brought up the fact that like there's an episode where like they blow a hole into
Yes.
like a hatch.
Hatch. It's the name of the episode.
Yeah, into like from
Jack's living room into Victor's living
Yeah,
room.
The
yeah.
two main characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
which in every other episode it would not make any fucking
No, because they're on
sense.
opposite sides of the building.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Victor, like if you were doing that, like they'd be outside.
Yeah, you would knock your way out into the
Yeah.
fresh air.
But for that episode only,
It
it
works.
fits.
It fits. Yeah, that's season 4, episode 5, I believe.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's impressive.
I hate that. I can probably do that with most episodes. Like, if you give me an episode right now, I can probably tell you.
Food poisoning.
Season 2, episode 2.
This one's
I
probably
wouldn't
think-
know. But
this one's probably an easy one. Canada.
Season 3, episode 1.
Yeah, like I said, that's an easier one because that's a season premiere.
Yeah. I'm now bringing up Netflix to check the one you've asked me about because I'm starting to doubt myself. It's either season 1 or season 2 because I feel like each season has a distinct feel to it.
oh my god. I love that it's in your still watching.
It's always
It's
in I
always
continue
in still
watching.
watching.
So I said it was season 2. No, it wasn't.
Woman.
I don't think it's episode 6 of season 2.
Season 2 is like a weird in the fact that it's got more episodes as well.
It does. So does season 6. Season 6 has 7 episodes.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
Because I always think that
we sort of saw it there as well, so I can't use it now. I was going to say Shugles.
Shuglies.
Sorry.
What's the content of Shuglies?
If I remember right, that's the one where like it's the anniversary of their friendship.
Oh, yeah,
Frank
I know
McCallum.
that's season 2.
Yeah.
I didn't actually see which one it was in that list, funnily enough.
Guess.
Is it 5?
I think it's around 5. I think I saw it as 6.
It might be... Oh, it's
Ah,
7.
7. There's Scran.
Yeah, Scran, Shuglies. I don't know why that episode is called Shuglies.
Yeah.
Because Scran makes sense. Scran's the Scottish slang term for eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the theme of the episode.
Yeah.
Shuglies I'm not too familiar with, actually.
Yeah.
Have you ever read
Mention our word.
the episode descriptions on Netflix?
Not for a while
They're
now.
very distinctly proper English.
You know, actually, I did notice
I mean,
that.
I have to watch it with subtitles.
I kind of thought that.
Yeah.
I remember the first time you guys showed it to me. For like the first 10 minutes, you guys didn't notice. I had no fucking clue what was going on. You're like, do you need
Sorry.
subtitles? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Because, like, looking at the first episode's description here, it's Spry Senior Jack Jarvis hopes to find a better
Spry.
place to live and gets his chance when a neighbour dies, leaving an empty unit. That's not...
This is an episode called Flitting.
Yeah, this is an episode called Flitting because the first 2 seasons, or 3, all have
Scots words.
Scots words as the episode title. So flitting means to, like, move,
Yeah.
essentially.
Some are self-explanatory, like
Family.
cold.
Courting. Courting's an interesting one. That's another Scottish slang term,
Yeah.
which is to it's happening.
The codes, they're a switching.
It's the Scottish slang term for dating, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You court.
You
them.
court.
Yeah,
you court
makes
them.
sense.
Wading is to wade through a load of pish.
Aye. As you do. And scones.
Scones is self-explanatory.
Exactly,
It's a
you know what
scone.
scone is.
Yeah. What about season 2? Gairden, play on, it's a
Woman.
Scottish pronunciation of garden. You looked at me and you didn't know that?
I thought it was Guardian, maybe.
Oh my god. Because I suddenly realised you were looking at me like, explain. And I'm like, oh my god.
I figured that one would be.
The whole theme of the
Obvious.
episode is them making a garden on
Yeah.
the
Do
top
You think
of
I
the...
remember episode counts?
Sure.
I've only gone through it once, and every now and then I watch a single episode here
Oh,
and there.
yeah. Woman.
Yeah.
That's, yep. Doctors.
Yeah.
Brief is a Scottish slang term for a car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
makes no sense.
You've got a new brief. That's your new car.
It means letter in Dutch.
Sure. Fucking sure.
Tapping.
Tapping. Do you know what tapping is in this case?
Not just tapping, I'm assuming.
To tap somebody is to borrow money off of them.
Aye.
Ah.
Interesting though, there's also another recurring word that comes up throughout the series is tick. To get tick, which is to get credit for somewhere. So if you open a tab at a bar, or in the case it's usually Naveed is telling people that he doesn't do tick.
Yeah.
We've done Scran, Sugarleys, Bunting. Do you
Bunting.
know what Bunting is?
It's a type of cake.
No.
No, it's not. It's what we
Wrong.
refer to flags.
Aye.
That, you know, the strings of...
Flags,
Oh,
like
yeah,
you
the
get
little-
parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like the party flags?
Yeah.
Ah.
That's Bunting.
Bunting. I
stole my Bunting?
I recently referenced this episode because the first thing I did when I got home from like Addiewell was, "Where's my bunting?" If you've seen the episode, you'll
Yes.
get that joke.
Doug.
Dog.
Yeah.
Dog.
Dog.
Holiday. That's
Holiday.
self-explanatory.
Swatting.
Swootin.
Swatting or switting?
First aid course, but we'll find their new skills help them probably in preg. I don't know if it's swatting or swooting.
I keep saying swatting. I mean,
I
Might
think
be
it's.
I'll be honest.
swooting.
Some of these words I'm actually not.
I'll
super
be
familiar
honest.
with.
I'm more likely to
Yeah,
be right.
because I'm. Not only am I from it, am I?
Oh shit. That's me sent my mouse flying.
You're also. We're not going to talk about the fact that you've spelled something.
No.
What? Your count is the highest of all of us.
Yes.
Stop knocking it
Just
over.
stop. But yeah, I feel you're more likely to know these words than I am because one, I'm from Edinburgh, and two, I'm me.
Yes. It just
You're
gives me
saying
still
Edinburgh.
game results.
Are you saying Edinburgh is in Scotland?
If you ask some people, they'll actually say that.
Because I know Libby. He has said that Edinburgh isn't technically Scotland.
It's not culturally Scotland.
You see,
No,
the
yeah,
thing
yeah,
is
yeah.
with Edinburgh, it's the capital. It is Scottish. I will
Yeah.
argue that. it fucking is. It's the capital.
we can agree to disagree.
It is. But like the
Fuck
thing
off to
about
Glasgow.
get off your Ouija. But like the thing about Edinburgh is that like a 1,000 years ago, it was at one point under like an Anglo-Saxon kingdom, and so it's even though like it's been in Scotland for like 1,000 years at this point, it still hasn't gotten rid of that stigma.
No.
So, you know.
Yeah, keep talking about Still Game. I'm going to go get
Yeah,
some.
I mean, it's like you're still holding a grudge. you know,
Yeah, yeah.
against
The
other
rest of
people.
Scotland will be like, Edinburgh doesn't fucking count.
But
I mean,
even kind of culturally, there's a bit of a difference.
Let's see
Yeah.
if people can hear this later.
And it also doesn't help that because it's also the capital, it's also like got a reputation of being more.
Snobbish.
It's not.
Yeah.
I was gonna say affluent because
Yeah, we
I
call
am
that
from Edinburgh.
We would call that snobby.
Yeah,
yeah.
and because it's had like ties to like the business sector
Yeah,
for like
yeah.
centuries, it's
'Cause
gonna get that.
What I'll say for
Which
like,
is funny because the
differences-
area of Edinburgh that I'm from is definitely not.
No, I mean, sure, Edinburgh has areas that are very reminiscent of Glasgow.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
where I stay, which is closer to Glasgow than it is Edinburgh. Not in geographical location, we are actually smack bang in the middle.
Yeah, but in terms of culturally,
Culturally, yes, we are closer. Which is funny because I'm constantly having to fight back my accent.
Yeah,
when we
yeah,
record
there will be
podcasts.
For this episode, it's fine.
there will be time where you'll switch into what I would
It is
call
a
Ouija
hard-
words.
It is a hard gear.
To the point where
to-
where sometimes I've thought to myself, that's a West Coast like twang, even though this isn't anywhere near the West Coast
No,
in terms of like actual geography.
we are geographically 25 miles each way.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's impressive.
you're right in the middle.
We are right in the middle, which is funny because we are more Glaswegian
Yeah,
than we
yeah.
are.
It smells like
They're
crime in
relentless.
here.
It does.
That's so fucking
It's gonna
wet.
get so sticky as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Say goodbye to that, Matt.
It's fine. It only costs like £2.
But yeah.
It's weird because you said, I can, let it go for this episode, but it's a hard gear to manually shift.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
because obviously when you're talking day to day, like around here, you'll be speaking. normally.
When I'm talking to my parents, it's like I talk with the slang and the accent.
yeah,
Aye.
of course.
And when I get more excited, I guess, in the way I speak, it comes through a little bit more.
Yeah.
But when we're talking day to day between us,
Yeah.
even you,
Yeah,
I'm more in this
and
register.
that, yeah, I've noticed. I feel very betrayed.
It's not.
You can't be your authentic self
yeah,
around
it's-
us.
It's not like it's not even like because I'm in front of a microphone. It's when I leave the area, I switch out.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Because I've had times where people haven't understood
Yeah.
me in Edinburgh.
I was
God.
about to say because you can, that's what you've got to do. But I realised Ken is a very East Coast like sort of slang.
Do you Ken?
I Ken.
Do you Ken?
It means to know.
To know. Ken is to know.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Yeah,
Because we use the same word.
exactly. Because it comes from like, well, actually, I think it's like a loan word like hundreds of years ago from I want to say like either the like Dutch or like the Norse.
It could
I
be,
can't
yeah.
remember. So it's language is tricky.
Yeah.
It can
Language
come
is
from
fun.
anywhere.
Yeah.
We're not going down a linguistics.
No, because that's a whole nother
a
episode.
whole
like
other
We
we
have to do
episode.
research for that.
Yes.
Oh, God.
But yeah, no, it's
I think it's funny because I've been to Glasgow as well.
Oh.
Only once, so I won't say I know much. And I've lived in Edinburgh for the time I've lived here. Just
you'll
now.
have been on like Sauchiehall Hall Street and stuff like that.
Probably, fuck if I know the name.
If it's what I'm thinking of, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I think they're very different.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
One of them
I-
was the industrial capital, and the other
Yeah.
one is
Lots away.
Edinburgh.
Except, like I
No. I was about to agree with you because Edinburgh's the financial capital. Fucking
One is the industrial and cultural capital, and the other one is Edinburgh.
shut your fucking mouth.
I'm not wrong though.
it depends.
Glasgow is the cultural capital. As much as I hate it because I don't actually like Glasgow that much,
I don't.
it is too depressing a city to be in.
Did not like the atmosphere of Glasgow. It was
Edinburgh's got cultural stuff.
like I felt very, for one, unsafe in Glasgow.
This is the funny thing about Glasgow.
If
It's
any-
the nicest city in the world, but you're also the most likely to get stabbed.
If any
Yeah.
Glaswegians are listening, we do love you.
Like I
just,
think
you
it's
know.
a nice.
No, that's the thing. The people are fantastic. It's just a very depressing city. It's
Yeah.
very
Aye.
grey. It's very.
It has a lot of American big city tones to
It's,
it, where it's like, let's put another big building so it'll feel tiny and minuscule.
But then it
Okay.
also comes down to because it was the industrial one, they had to build like that. They
Yeah, of
needed more
course,
space for the industry, so everything else became, and that's almost defined their identity.
Yeah, like
whereas-
since then they've had like there was like razor gangs in the 30s
Yeah.
and stuff, and we're not going to talk about the elephant in the room when it comes to
Let's not get
football.
into football. No. I'd rather not. Which is surprising because still game manages to navigate completely around that.
It completely like manages to just dodge that.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a smart thing that like I think they at one point they made a point to make Jack and Victor Partick Thistle fans,
Yeah, they did very early on.
which means they don't get caught up in that problem. I don't know if you understand the context of this,
I don't
Melina.
think I want to know either.
It's interesting to research, but you know, it's like airing our national dirty laundry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll tell you sometime off pod because I'd
Great.
rather not edit this out because it is like a whole thing.
It's a
I
thing, yeah.
love that for me. But I think both cities are very different, and I feel safer in Edinburgh. It might just be lower buildings.
I
and
get
less-
that though because like even just on the aesthetic side of it, Edinburgh is much more beautiful.
It's very nice to look
It
at.
is.
Yeah.
It's very open. It's very spacious.
Unless you're driving.
Unless you're driving, which we're not going to talk. I mean, Glasgow's hell to drive around as well.
Ah.
It's arguably worse, but
I wouldn't know.
yeah, let's. Yeah, I agree mostly with your kind of like I can't explain why, but like I don't like being in Glasgow. I think because of a lot of reasons you've mentioned. But it's like there's a certain train station, at least on the line that we have. Once you get past it, it's like, oh, all this nice, beautiful Scottish countryside. Oh, fucking depressing, tall
Yeah.
buildings.
You can see the smoke.
like the smoke, like baked into the stones and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
like.
To be fair, Edinburgh has a bit up as well.
No,
obviously,
it does.
like
yeah.
it's sort of the way Edinburgh looks. It sort of goes into the aesthetic where it can look nice. Weirdly enough,
But I also think that a lot of buildings have at least been cleaned down.
I mean,
to a degree.
They've tried to, but like they found that like if they tried to like clean it off with like power washing it, actually
They would brush away most of the facade, basically.
Yeah, that and like the foundations, like the buildings would start like
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
crumbling because it's that ingrained in.
Yeah, and so they've done a little bit to clean up the stuff in
Guess-
Edinburgh.
So they tried to, but they found they couldn't.
They haven't in Glasgow whatsoever.
Nah.
No. I think just more historical cities just feel safer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Maybe it's just because there's no potential for skyscrapers, potentially. You know?
Maybe.
Yeah, because like cities like that will have like regulations on like, oh, we have to keep it like on
Below
some
this
level
current
this certain
point.
way,
Yeah.
and like skyscraper sort of height level.
Which is interesting because Glasgow's starting to get rid of a lot of its taller building, like a lot of the terraces that you see the people of Craig Lang living in Scotland
Oh,
aren't
the high-rise
there
flats.
anymore. High-rise flats.
Yeah, like I mean, in my area, you get some of those too, and some of them have already come down in the last couple decades, but there's a lot still there.
Yeah, I think there's only two left standing in Glasgow, and it's the two that you can most noticeably recognise from the background of Still Game.
Iconic.
Yes, which, funnily enough, they build into an episode of the returning
Yeah.
I
series
remember.
of Still Game.
So we're getting rid of them because they weren't safe.
No,
Yeah, understandably.
Yes.
Yeah. God.
yeah,
We went into Still Game, and now we're just talking about Scotland.
we
I mean,
are
that can be the episode.
sure.
Yeah.
Don't pretend like we know what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Welcome to our weird St. Andrew's Day episode.
So returning to Still Game.
Yeah.
I think we were gonna like maybe mention some of our favorite episodes. So who wants to maybe kick it off? I think let's
hard-
go with five-ish.
It's hard to
Jesus.
describe favorite episodes, but I think I'll talk about episodes I always come back to, like the most commonly. You're just getting up the episode list.
I
now.
am.
Okay. I know one right off the bat. I don't know why I keep coming back to it, but I mean, usually in winter it makes sense, but cold.
Ah, okay.
Permagrip Simpsons, 1999. Oh, that boy in Simpsons getting kicked squarely in the nuts. For my cue.
Oh, it's funny trying to hear you deliver the lines.
I try my best.
Now
Because
watch
obviously
me.
I have an accent that
Yeah.
isn't I wouldn't call it very stereotypically Scottish.
No.
I blame American TV when I was a little kid.
But then I equally watched as much.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what happens in my accent. And I've been self-conscious about it for like a long time. So that I have sometimes made attempts to sound what I'd call more Scottish, but it never really works for me.
Yeah.
Do what feels right. 'Cause
I try.
Like, if you try too hard, people are gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
Definitely.
There will be the occasional like comment or something like I remember this most vividly with like a friend of mine's like mum. She just sort of asked like in a very polite way, she wasn't being rude or anything, just like so where did you like did you like move here or something? And I was like, no, I grew up around here. No, but you sound like I know. Just
I get that.
how I sound. Even like Addiewell, like when Steve said there's
Steve said you sounded American.
I sounded American.
What?
Yeah.
He
Which
said South Pacific, California,
Wow.
which I do not hear.
No.
I mean that makes me feel better. But like
Yeah.
He said that, and I'm like, what the
That's-
fuck are you talking about?
that's what makes me think that like it's like American TV shows because like I used to watch a lot of them and they obviously have American accents. And I remember my sister once, my older sister, when I was like a little kid saying, "Why do you sound American?"
Interesting.
And I was like, I do. That's when I first noticed that it was like wrong and like I was like, oh no, what's wrong with my voice? So yeah, I've been a little self-conscious of that since then. I'm not too wound up about it.
what the fuck was that?
That was a noise.
Has someone fallen
What
from a
happened?
staircase?
I think that was an Amazon delivery.
Oh, thank God.
Prime!
Prime! More prime!
What'd you get?
I think it's Alan Wake.
Hey!
Anyway.
But yeah,
Yeah.
my accent, it's something.
I've had the same conversation as well, where people are like, so where are you from?
What
You-
state
are you
from?
But for me,
Here's
it's understandable.
I was gonna say we've addressed the elephant
Yeah.
in the room when it comes to your accent.
Call me fucking out.
Okay, you twisted my words. You can't
Say that to a
Say
girl
that
for
to-
fuck's
what?
sake.
No, I mean, yeah, it's understandable with you.
Yeah.
I
I mean, it's always a funny thing where people are like, oh, so you live in America? That's where you got your accent from. I was like,
no.
no. I went there and it was already this. And then they were like, where are you from? I was like, there. I was like, why do you speak like that? I was like, you speak like this. What the fuck are you talking about?
Fuck you!
And it's probably noticeable when you go to America because you probably don't have like a regional accent either.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
I do wonder.
I mean, there's plenty of people that have the standardized.
That's the thing though.
Oh,
What
but-
is the standardized American
I would
accent?
say general California.
I always hear like a general American accent. This is from like Americans, is like a sort of Midwest.
Yeah, that's usually.
Yeah.
But then I hear it and I'm like,
No.
I mean, I can't tell the difference either or unless
Midwest
it's
has that.
like unless it's either surfer dude or Texan. I can't
I
tell
mean,
the
you,
difference.
East Coast, like
Or
Boston,
yeah, or I was
New York.
or like New York mobster.
hey, I'm walking here.
hey, or
Bada
like
bing, bada boom.
going to the Bronx. I don't know New York.
This is great. Continue. This is
yeah, we
lovely.
were talking about fucking episodes of Still Game.
Love the episode where they took over New York.
Still game
Funnily
takes
enough,
Manhattan.
though, there's a sketch even in Chewin the Fat where it's two guys moved to Canada when they were young and then they've come back because their auntie died or whatever.
Yeah.
And they come back and they're like, aye, and we've kept our accents. And I said, no, you haven't.
Lovely, when they are like, I'm 10% Scottish. Can't you hear? Can't you hear it in the accent? No.
No, I can't hear it, big man.
Nah.
It's a lovely cultural thing, when people don't have a culture to identify with, they're like, Scottish enough. I'll take it.
Yeah, because America is culturally devoid.
Yes.
Yeah. Accents are interesting.
Yeah, they are.
End
Still
of my
gay.
story, basically.
Yes.
Basically, the vast majority of my life, I just call this my accent, and that's it.
That's fair enough.
That's the end of my story.
Do you have other episodes you want to talk about?
So yeah, we've got Cold.
Called.
I don't know whether to anymore now. I'm self-doubting
I'm just
myself.
because it's that's the title.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try, no more.
I want to hear you try.
No.
There's the radio one, which names
Wireless.
Wireless.
That's season 4, episode 2.
Yeah. Dial-a-bus.
Dial-a-bus, that's good. That's going. That
Oh,
one's
that's
got
a
Robbie
good one.
Because,
Coltrane.
gotta get on the coal train.
Yep.
Yeah.
Donuts.
Mess you, big man. Gone but not forgotten.
Sorry, that's a different show. Is the
I
thing.
know.
It's a lovely show.
Fits enough.
It does fit.
There's actually one in the newer series that I like.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that's controversial or not, but it's like the second episode of series 7, The Undrinkables.
Oh, where they all have the hooch. That is a good episode. I
The-
really like that. It has
The
one of my
wacky wata.
it has one of my favorite moments where they meet Bobby after
I love
he's left the pub and he's clearly pissed utterly, and he denies it and he goes to walk away and he walks
right into
the fucking pole. Sorry about that, eh?
I love the ending of it as well, where it's like revealed.
It was Mina and Naveed.
Yeah,
and the fantastic Breaking Bad reference.
And like Naveed's like, how could this have possibly happened that we've made something this terrible? And Mina's just like, aye. Two people making alcohol from some ancient law they are forbidden to taste. What could probably go wrong? Ball bag.
Mina's a fantastic character.
I love her.
I feel like every sitcom needs a Mina type character.
It's the last episode when you finally see her face. That
It's weird.
just
I don't like
it hurt me a
Yeah.
little bit because I knew that was
I
the
like
end.
it.
it. Yeah.
No, I like it, but in the sense of like that was when I knew, oh, this is
it's
absolutely
over.
it.
You can't
over.
come back from
No.
Oh. God.
that. One more. It's hard to choose one more. I'm gonna be honest.
So we've had Called, Wireless,
Undrinkables.
Dial-a-Bus, and Undrinkables.
Yeah. Can go up. I wonder if like the Hogmanay special when they're in the lift.
The party.
The party. I like that one.
That's a good episode. That is a good episode.
Because it's nice, we get like a nice flashback to them all when they're not pensioners.
Aye.
I don't think I've seen that one.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not on
you wouldn't
Netflix.
have.
I'll need to send you it
Send it over.
Send them in the Christmas special.
in the Christmas specials.
Yes.
Because
You don't need to see the other
Okay.
Hogmanay
I'll take your
special.
word for
No,
it.
the other Hogmanay one is on Netflix and it's not good.
Oh, cool.
That's the one
You
where
can
they
watch
got
it
to
if you
Tiny
want.
Probably
Foolish,
seen. Yeah.
where they got to the island. For
Oh
New
yeah,
Year.
yeah. Yeah, I know it.
So my favourite episodes are, let me think, Scones. Love that episode. Scony no day that. Wireless. I need to come back to that one as
Love
well.
Wireless.
I really like Hatch.
Hatch, yeah. Sometimes I think it doesn't age well, but there are parts of it that kind of have.
I think that the interesting thing is when you think of the concept, you think it hasn't aged well, and then you watch it and it comes from like the best possible
Yeah, it's
place.
surprisingly well done. Like
Uh-huh.
there's a part, and for context, this came out August 2005,
2005.
which wasn't. It was getting better, but it wasn't quite
Uh-huh.
the most accepting times. And there's all like Naveed comes out and is like, nah, I don't care, live and let live.
Because I think the interesting thing is that it's not that they are homophobic; it's
No.
that they don't know anyone
Yeah,
that's gay, so they don't know how to handle it.
it's more the fact that like they didn't expect it from Jack
Jack
and
and
Victor,
Victor.
so they don't know how to react.
Uh-huh.
But they're trying to be as supportive as they can.
yeah, and I think
Yeah.
that the comedy comes more from their ignorance,
yeah,
but
exactly.
wanting to.
Not being able to see the outside of the situation.
Oh,
I know I've gone past my number, but I've just thought of another one, Hot Seat.
Hot Seat. That was the other one I was going to mention. I love that episode. It's where they fight over the best bench.
I just love the fucking walking stick guy that's like
The Party is also one of my favorite ones as well.
Fly Society.
Hyper. I love Hyper.
Hyperdales.
I've just found a magical place.
It-
Hyperdales.
It too. Eyes up.
I never ate to anything. This is the thing. I don't think I've been able to get this across yet, but to anyone who is listening, I can probably recite full episodes.
Oh, you can.
Of Scoot Still
Probably,
Game.
yeah.
Like,
I'm
Join
sad
us
to
next
say.
time while you do that.
well, people have friends. I have Still Game.
I wish I had the ability to do that. I'm
Oh,
not quite
same,
there yet.
yeah.
Give me time.
Like, we were talking about the lift, right? I could go through that whole episode with you two and point out every single inconsistency in the lore that they set up.
Jeez.
Yes, I want that episode.
Because, okay, so they act like Victor has just moved to Craig Lang when in a previous episode, or in fact, maybe it's, I think it's in season 5, they established that they all
They
grew up together.
there, yeah, because who's the daddy? They talk about
Yep,
it.
that's it. So that's like 2 episodes beforehand.
Yeah.
They established they all grew up together. They all knew each other, but they act like he's not long met Winston. He's never met
Do
Tam.
you start on my porridge? I love that. outburst.
Such a good, yeah. And I think Naveed is like the only one that they get right
Yeah.
because he's just moved there.
Yeah. Makes sense because he's Indian.
Yeah, because he does mention he moved in 1975 to Craig Lang, and it's 1975, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
If I watched it, I could sit down and point out every
Nice.
single one that's.
Oh, I
That's
kind of
wrong.
want to see that.
Off the top of my head, those are the ones I can think about, though. I think
You are what I aspire to be in that category.
I think that's me at my number, and maybe
Yeah.
a little bit extra. Melina.
I like the beefy big one.
Oh, that is a good
It
episode.
is, and
recipe.
I have not been able to say what Greg's calls theirs,
steak
bakes.
beefy bake.
Because it rolls off the tongue
It
so much
does,
better.
It does. It's the
Yeah.
alliteration as well.
Yeah. Than Midori, the episode.
Maduri.
Oh,
Big Yen.
Big Yen.
Yeah.
Big
Yes.
Ennis.
With Big Ennis.
It's just beautiful.
I give you the Sturi Maduri. Oh, that's nice. I give you. Well, £12.
You have any Maduri?
Then I like
Maduri.
It's the end when he's on like the train. And he's like, oh, we got whiskey, we got cider, Maduri, and it just goes into his eyes.
And I hate to be the one to point it out. Maduri is not the right pronunciation
damn it!
because
But it
it's
sounds nice.
it's a Japanese
Yeah.
drink. So it's Midori, which is green because it's, I think, watermelon flavored.
That makes sense.
yes, makes
I'm
sense.
so sorry to Japan, but I'm never.
I'm never
pronouncing
calling
No.
it Midori. No, I'm always calling it
it. Do
Maduri.
you have any Maduri?
Any Maduri.
Then
Maduri.
who's your daddy?
That is a good
Because
episode.
it's basically Mamma Mia.
Oh, fuck, it
Scottish.
is. I'm the da. I'm the da.
I thought that was.
I think it's a 3-horse race, Jack.
And Dial-A-Bus. I also think is
Dial-A-Bus is a good
Dial-A-Bus.
episode.
Gone but not forgotten.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's my favorites.
I could pull down my tights and you could watch me take a pish. Sexy, but no.
Wait, the pizza place. That one's also.
Oh,
Oh, fuck. Winston's the delivery boy.
good. Yeah, and Bobby's trying to hit on the girl.
Yeah. Oh, that's the same as the boxing one, isn't it?
Yeah.
that is the boxing episode. That's
Oh, there's Hard Nuts.
Hard Nuts is also a good episode. Let's show these bastards.
How hard they really are.
They really are. Which one was? Is it no?
Oh, Oot.
Oot.
I've got to give respect for Oot because Sylvester McCoy.
Archie.
Archie's coming out. Archie's not coming out. You'll never guess. You'll never guess.
Archie's coming out.
Aye. How did you use Ken?
Bobby tell us.
I think that's probably that's also my mum's favorite episode as well because we've got like a running joke where Tara and Inferno. It's when who is it that's in turn?
Fred Astaire.
Fred Astaire It's that whole part. For some reason, when we're both watching it, when Jack goes, "Hold on,
the building's on fire,"
that fucking kills us. So it's become a running joke now.
Oh man, I really like the one where is it season? It's one of the later seasons where they get no, he's Scottish, but he goes to America.
Oh, Craig Ferguson.
Craig Ferguson, that's it. It's the last episode of season 8, Fall Guy. That's great.
I've just
Bit
noticed
my
it.
cock clean up.
So like, it's also in the same season because I just noticed it's South Africa. It's the one where they go to the caravan.
Oh, aye.
Yeah.
That's one of those episodes that I think works great again with that whole thing where we've discussed it, where it doesn't shy away from the sadness of it.
Because this, surprisingly enough, it's a comedy, but still, game can be a pretty emotional show. I was gonna say dramatic.
It can be pretty dramatic.
Yeah. I think in the later seasons they sort of lean into that a little bit as well.
Yeah, I think because they knew it was sort of coming
to an end.
You have to build it up a bit. Yeah.
That's plenty.
That's plenty.
That's plenty. I started using that a lot.
That's the thing. That's another thing is like phrases from Still Game are like just part of Scottish lexicon.
Yeah.
2 pints prick.
Oh look, Laurel and Hardy.
You're putting a bit of the beef on, Jack. Aye, because every time I pump your wife, I ask her to make me a sandwich.
I told you guys the story of like all those touristy like stores around Edinburgh and Glasgow that have shirts with, Jack and Victor on.
Yeah.
But before I'd seen Still Game, you guys know what I thought they were?
Pulp Fiction.
No, the 2 old angry Muppets.
Oh,
I
can kind of get that though.
Like during COVID, they just said 2 meters, you prick. And I was like, oh,
2 meters, you prick.
That's a good play on the phrase.
Yeah, and that
I
was
wish I'd seen
everywhere. And I was like, I didn't know these grumpy old Muppets were such a big thing.
Because they are me.
I was like, what is this personal connection they have with these fucking Muppets?
That's another good episode.
That's also a running joke.
That's where
In my family.
Pete becomes an international super spy.
Yeah. Isn't he?
My father was a great part of this community.
No, he wasn't. I love the Neds.
Yeah, how long have we been recording for now, actually? 52 minutes.
Okay, we can keep going for a little bit more.
Yeah.
But like the last few seasons, we've got to start knowing when to wrap this up.
Yeah. Yeah, again, it's an interesting thing because Chewin the Fat also has a lot of, like, while it's lesser known now, it still had a big impact on how people talk and the slang we use. Because good guy. No,
good
wanker.
Wank. Good guy. Wank.
Right, William, this is Stephen. It's his first day here at the school, and it's your job to show him about the classroom. Make sure he gets to know everybody, okay?
Yes, miss.
Right.
Right. Wank. Good guy. Wank. Good guy. Wank.
We'll send you.
Send it over.
That's such a long recurrent thing.
It happens multiple times. I'm guessing across seasons.
Yeah, and it's not always the same. Like ones, it's like different.
Yeah. My favorite story just about that, because I have heard that before, was that in one of the elections in the last few years, so one of the 50.
Yeah.
Some guy, I think it was in a constituency that was near me, because I think it was in Edinburgh.
All right.
Some guy voted for the Greens, but they voted Greens in the sense that they put wank across the box on everyone else, and then put
good guy.
Good guy.
wank, good guy, wank.
And it counted.
That's pretty impressive, not gonna lie.
I mean, that's what I've heard. If that's misinformation, I'm so sorry. But
another one from Still Game is the old woman who's always talking about her sex life, and they'll need to send you like a link to some of these clips because they're fucking hilarious, and I don't know if you've seen any of them.
I think I'm aware if it's who I'm thinking of, but I'm not as familiar.
It's Karen Dunbar that I think plays her.
I'm pretty sure I'd know her.
And there's one where she's like in a bath because she lives in an old people home, and there's somebody like washing her, and she's got a tattoo, and he's like, oh, that's nice. And it's Paul Riley that plays Winston, actually. That's not that that's the point.
You'll
And
recognise
it's
him.
like, aye, and he's like, oh, that's nice. And she's like, aye, 50 years ago I got that tattoo, and it's still true the day as it was back then. And he's like, oh, who's Bobby? Just anybody's.
Nice.
It's that nice play on like the stereotypical gran
Yeah.
type thing.
Was that a tattoo, Betty?
Aye, son, that's my tat. Mind you, it's years old now.
Let me see. Oh, that's sweet. I love Bobby.
53 years ago I got that done, son. 53 years, and it's the same the day as it was then. I still love Bobby.
Who's Bobby?
Oh, just this Bobby.
Aye, no. I don't know where to go.
No.
Yeah. We could talk about for hours.
We
but-
could.
Yeah, easily. Because I think if it is part of living in Scotland, having seen it, like, you know, there's people that I love Scotland. I visit all the time. Like,
Part of your
yeah,
citizen test.
but you have to know.
Yeah.
You
I
have
hate
to
to
can.
gatekeep this.
You
but
have to can.
know.
If we go independent, 100% there should be still game questions on the
Oh, absolutely.
citizenship
Yeah, it's
test.
like episode 2, season 4. Tell me.
Rosemary, you bastards! She was his side piece.
I'm Agnes.
I'm like this. That's right.
2 answers, you prick.
Rosemary! Rosemary, you bastards! Rosemary was his bit in the side. His fancy piece. I'm Agnes.
So I think it's a very culturally important thing to Scottish culture.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think it's a good thing that it's on Netflix.
I need to send you the DVD version because there's a few episodes that have music taken out for
Yeah,
the Netflix
licensing.
version.
Which I only noticed because I have the DVD. I've only just gotten the DVD like a couple weeks ago. And like I finally able to watch that. It's in wireless when Winston's watching Countdown. I can actually watch
Oh,
that.
the actual countdown theme.
Yeah. And you know, Rosemary.
I love her.
I think about that flashback to Isa singing that a lot. For some reason, it's really funny. How he just stares in silence as he's thinking of that.
You know, if I ever own a DVD player or TV or both, I mean, I need both, but you know, I would buy. I think
You
still
can get an
Game.
external DVD player for your laptop.
That just sounds like too much effort.
Now you're actively trying not
then
to.
I
It's
might
like
as well watch
£10.
it on my laptop on Netflix.
But then you would lose the music and stuff.
Yeah, but still, I'd have to pay for both. Still get and the external.
We'll
if I
buy
just-
you it.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
don't buy me
It's
stuff.
cheap as
Why
hell.
not? Accept our
I
gifts.
don't
You
accept
bought me
gifts.
something and I
Yes.
You haven't
I
bought
had
me
to
anything.
accept that.
You haven't bought me anything, but I'd like you to be in my debt.
You're
No.
in debt. I need to give you a gift
You
to
paid
even
for
us
my food
out.
once.
When?
When?
One of the first recording times, you paid for my food.
Oh, who gives a fuck for that?
I do. It's in my Dutch genes. We don't do this.
I feel bad laughing.
No, you like slowly opened the door and I was like, it's fine. Then you come in and just throw your jacket onto the table.
Well, I didn't. I meant to throw it like that, and it fell off.
I feel bad laughing.
Anyway, I think we'll just draw it to
Yeah,
a
we'll
close.
leave it there. That was a nice. That was a
Yeah.
good cameo.
That was my mum you heard in the background there.
This is a family shot.
Yeah. We filmed this in a really, really high-end studio.
Yeah.
She just visits sometimes.
Yeah.
For context, she was standing at the door trying to slowly open it, and I was like, "It's fine, you can
Yeah,
open
yeah.
it and walk past or whatever." She just opens the door, throws her
It
jacket.
falls down the chair.
It was perfectly timed.
It was.
Oh, it was amazing.
All right, well, thank you for listening to this absolutely chaotic episode. I mean, I don't know when our episodes aren't chaotic. Yeah, we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back!
Yeah.
Didn't even know we were gone.
Oh god, you haven't seen the live show.
No,
of Still
we
Games, so
haven't.
that's
I still
not
need to
even a
get to
reference
it.
You're gonna get.
It's a deep shame of mine.
Yeah.
that I've not seen it.
One small step for Craig Lang. We're back. Oh. Anyway, I'll send that at some point to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Still Game will continue to come up.
Oh yeah, it'll
absolutely.
be casually mentioned every now and
Yeah.
then.
We will
for
quote it
sure.
a lot.
Oh, 100%. And we've probably quoted it a bunch of times beforehand
Oh, yeah.
anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of Napcast. We'll be back as usual.
Yeah.
Still don't have an outro. We have an intro. We don't have an outro.
We'll find one eventually.
Yes. Goodbye.
Farewell.
Bye.